Okay, okay, mainly Midnight Charlie Man Patrick. Midnight Charlie Man Patrick. Over the last few days, off and on, I've been thinking about Los Angeles. I've been thinking about Bel Air. I've been thinking about how it felt and what it was like. And what is Bel Air like? And as you go down Sunset on the number 2 bus, the best way, it's a bit of a sterile feeling, a bit clinical. It's all hedges. And as you come around from Michael Jackson's previous residence, because he is on Montevallo Road and Carrollwood, as you come down that way, you walk down along there, but you get like 5 minutes down that way, and it starts to get difficult to walk. There's a lot of shrubbery, there's a lot of bushes, it's difficult to walk down there. And you have to go around the other way, but the number 2 bus goes down Sunset, and it turns left on the Hill Guard, and then you've got Coco del Oro Drive. And upon walking into Bel Air, I really loved walking into Bel Air. Upon walking into Bel Air, what was the atmosphere like? It felt there was a few things. It felt very exclusive, very private. I felt like I was being watched. I felt like that there were eyes on me. There's cameras everywhere. Did I feel welcomed? Not necessarily. I didn't necessarily feel welcomed. I didn't feel like I couldn't walk around, but I felt like that the people who resided there were like, what do you want? Who's this guy? And I walked into that road, into Bella Ora Way, up and down Bellagio, and then you got St. Pierre, St. Cloud, and Nimes, and then Bel Air Road. Now Bel Air Road, so if you're looking at it from Sunset Boulevard, you're looking in Bel Air Road, right? Lachlan Murdoch piece of property, the one he paid 150 million for a few years back. I can't remember if it was 150 million or no, it was 150 million. Is there on the right, but if you're in Bel Air itself and looking back towards Sunset, it's on the left. Walking along, what happened was when I was walking on Bellagio Road, see you got Sunset, and you got the Hillgard entrance, and you got the other entrance just up to your right, and you got St. Pierre Road, and you got St. Cloud, and then Nimes. And as I was walking, I walked into Bella Ora and walked down Bellagio, and there was a resident, I think it was a resident, they're in a black car, like a black BMW or something. And the passenger, the woman in the passenger seat, she was about 30 years of age, and she looked at me like, she gave me a certain look, and that look was like, who are you? You're not from around here. What do you want? Who are you? And she had a conservative elegance about her, almost business-like, a conservative, weird elegance about her. And it was partly fascinating to me, and I don't know how I seemed to her. And walking, I felt like I almost needed a license to walk around in there. It felt very exclusive, and it felt like eyes were on me, and also the people there, people who I didn't really see. I didn't see anybody. I mean, I got a glimpse or two of a couple of people from behind the gates, and their security was with them. I think it's a very paranoid neighbourhood. It, there was a bit of a, there was an exclusiveness there. It was a very otherworldly, like, you know, we are our own here, and very disconnected from anything that I know in Sydney. It's like, this is us, and we are our own power, and a little bit, as I said, a little bit clinical, a bit of a lonely feel. In fact, I actually got I was approached by security. Well, I took a selfie outside. Now, on St. Pierre Road, there's a mansion there, and it's got a lot in it. It's got a great deal in it. And I took a selfie of my. Actually, I took a selfie of myself, I think next to that gate or somewhere. Took a selfie, and then I walked on, got around the corner, I looked at these photos and thought, no, I wasn't happy with it, so I went up. I'm not going to be pushing my luck by going back. I didn't want to linger for too long anywhere. So I went back to that previous spot that I'd been at a few minutes earlier, and I retook the photo. And when I finished taking it, there was a security guard on me. He didn't say anything. I went, good afternoon. Oh, I'm from Sydney, Australia. Just having a walk around the neighbourhood. Really interesting neighbourhood you got. He fascinating. He was like, there's a big guy sort of thing, and he was like, I said, oh yeah, I said, just having a walk. It's very interesting. And he was like, he didn't say anything to me. He didn't look me up and down. It was just, you know, whether either the owner of the house said, find out who that is, or he looked on the security camera himself and saw that I'd come back around and wanted to know what I wanted. I did all the talking. He said nothing. And even as I walked off, he just stood there watching me walk off. And I consider that I got, you know, approached in an unfriendly manner. Not about to be invited in for a cup of tea or a vodka or a beer. And walked around Nimes, walked around there. In fact, I talked to a couple of gardeners who were reasonably friendly with me. Didn't speak great English, but they were reasonably friendly with me. And they said, yeah, walk. I said, I'm just walking this way. They said, yeah, walk. And I walked up Nimes, walked around Nimes. Did I feel relaxed at any time? Not entirely. I felt like there were eyes on me. I felt like I kind of shouldn't be there. And I thought, but this is a public area. I can walk around here if I want. And so I did. But I didn't feel like I could linger too long anywhere for any lengthy period of time. And there was a few cars that passed me. Some of the cars that passed, I gave them a smile, a grin. They'll probably like, or who are you? Who are you? What, you know, who are you? And I thought, I'm going to walk along Bel Air Road, and I did get a little bit like the cars that passed me were pretty ritzy cars, BMW, there was a Rolls Royce that passed me. And they stop and say, hey, how you doing? Who are you? I'm Patrick from Sydney, Australia. I'm fascinated by this neighbourhood. I said, you know what? I'm on my way home. Come in and have a beverage. But that didn't happen at all. But the smell there was okay because there's a lot of greenery. There's a lot of plants, a lot of greenery, a lot of trees, a lot of big hedges. But these people live in a different world. Do they ever? They live in a different world. And they do live in a different world. and it is fascinating, but as I said, there was a clinical loneliness there. Very, very private. Cameras on everywhere. I walked past one property, and that was that. I'm just trying to figure out if that was when I was walking down Charing Cross. I was walking down Charing Cross, and I worked out in the other video. It wasn't the Aaron Spelling Mansion I walked past. It was another. It was a different one, and that the actual entrance to the Playboy Mansion was on Mapleton Drive rather than Charing Cross. Got them mixed up. Now, one of these big mansions I walked past, these big estates, I heard laughing. And what I think was opera music. I'm thinking, well, yes, of course. I mean, they're millionaires. They're millionaires that play their opera music and they have a laugh and they probably drink their red wine or a very expensive vodka or whichever they do. And it's so weird to hear. Like walking past a huge property in Bel Air, walking down Bel Air Road and hearing laughing from inside one of the properties. It's like, huh, yeah. Well, I guess you can laugh amongst your millions. I mean, yeah, that's a different world in there, really different world. One that I used to want. I did used to, years and years back now. I was like, yeah, I want that, I want that. And as the years have passed, it's like less of a wanting of that and just to have my own quality of things. But walking past that, it's like, I don't really relate to that. It's really interesting, but I don't really relate to that. And yes, would love to be invited in on the other side of those closed doors. Would love to be invited in, of course. And this street there is very narrow. There's no footpath. There's no footpath there, so if a car comes by, well, I just politely go up onto the gutter and start walking on the gutter, but there is no footpath there to discourage tourists, to discourage people like myself, to discourage people from being in that area, because the best way to get around there is by car, walking. I mean, I saw everything by walking. All you see is hedges. That's all you see, and gates and hedges. You might see a part of the mansion, and usually sometimes the curtains are open and sometimes the curtains are not open, blinds drawn, and there's not much to see, and you really would drive around there. The day you get anywhere is by you drive. Very for instance, when I was walking through Charing Cross, along Charing Cross, where the big mansions, where the Playboy Mansion, former Playboy Mansion on this side, and this other huge property owned by someone with millions and millions of dollars, it was, I felt a exclusiveness. I know I keep using that word, but a clinical exclusiveness, detached from the outside reality world and just to themselves and whatever it is that they do, as I said, I think I heard laughing twice. I don't know if it was adult laughing or kid laughing, but in Charing Cross I thought I heard an Australian accent. And then I just thought I heard laughing. And I'm like, well, yes, you're laughing amongst your millions, probably, or you're playing your opera music, and yes. Yes, so that's, and there was it's like a very detachment from the other world in there, a detachment from it. But yeah, walking through Bel Air, I didn't feel welcomed. It was like, move on soon. That's what I felt like. Move on soon. Like, you've had your look. You've looked. And I didn't linger anywhere for too long, because I thought, geez, if I linger here for too long, then Beverly Hills Police Department will be out here. Saying, how are you doing today? What's going on, mate? What's going on there? What's going on? And I didn't linger anywhere for too long. I kept walking. I kept walking because a car is the way to go around there. So I wanted to relate that today. I thought that I would relate that, and yeah. Oh, today's date is 31st of August 2024, and it's about 4 p.m. I think it's about 4 p.m. And yeah, yes. All I could think of was, well, Bel Air was like, geez, this is just totally disconnected from Sydney in every way. It's different world, like an alien world. Like, these people operate on a different level. It's their own power. They're not associated. I mean, maybe some of them are associated with Sydney, but in being there, it's like its own entity, their own world, and totally different to Hollywood. I don't imagine those people go to Hollywood very often. Well, who knows? But yeah.